Who is Bubba?
Who is this lucky Bubba?
Any comments on the alleged allegations of your connection with Jeffrey Epstein?
They released a lot of emails a week ago, and I don't know if you dug in. But apparently, Trump and Bill Clinton Trump-related Bill Clinton, guys. Trump blew Bill. Bubba, yes, sorry. Bubba. Let's stay true to the story, okay? Allegedly, Trump blew a guy or somebody named Bubba. Well, relax. Let me do the jokes, okay? Suddenly, you guys have a personality? I literally spent an hour warming you up to this point, not for you to these jokes up. Who is Bubba? Who is Bubba? So now we have this situation, okay? Bubba-Gate. Where we're trying to figure out who is this Bubba that Trump blew, okay? Now, for the context, I know not all of you follow this, okay? They released a bunch of emails from Jeffrey Epstein, okay? There was an email thread where Jeffrey Epstein was talking with his brother, Mark Epstein, okay? Which is like, bro, just change your name already. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to keep the Epstein legacy going. Like, my advice to anybody in this world named Epstein, like, Edwards is a good alternative, you know? Go Smith, you know? Go Mamdani if you want something new. Just change it up. You don't have to stick with Epstein. And so Mark Epstein, brother of Jeffrey Epstein, they're emailing together. This was in 2018. They were emailing back and forth. And Mark emails Jeffrey and he's like, hey, how's your pre-diabetes going? Because, yeah, a little new tidbit of information. Apparently, Jeffrey Epstein had pre-diabetes. Probably from all the sugar hanging out with those kids. No. Okay. We don't know, but probably. Now, Jeffrey Epstein then responds. He says, I'm with Bannon right now. Okay, which nothing ever good comes from that statement. You know what I mean? And then Mark responds, ask him if Putin has the photos of Trump blowing Bubba. Okay, let's unpack this statement real quick because there's a lot going on here. Okay, but everybody's been hyper-fixated on the Trump blowing Bubba part. That's obviously the operative part of that sentence. Okay, first of all, who the fuck is Bubba? Okay, and everybody's first guess is Bill Clinton because Bill Clinton's nickname is Bubba. He's a Southern boy. His name starts with Bill. In the South, you just basically call anybody Bubba. Okay? He's the most famous Bubba. Okay? And so, presumably, we would think that it's Bill. Now, obviously, a lot of people's minds are like, wait a second. Like, I don't think that would happen. Bill's a Democrat. Trump's a Republican. It just doesn't seem like a good match. They're not compatible, right? But this email is being thrown around all over the internet, and people are showing it with a picture. You may have seen this picture. It's a photo of the time that Trump and Bubba were golfing together. And there's a photo where Trump is like leaning in and grabbing Bill's junk as a joke. So you put that photo next to the email, you're like, oh, that happened. And the thing is, and then once you see that picture, and then you know the history of Bill Clinton. Like, he's not a guy to turn down a blowjob. You know what I'm saying? Right? That happened. You see that, you're like, oh shit, actually I can conceive of a world where that, because these politicians, they're all sick f***s. You know what I mean? So maybe Trump did blow Bubba. Okay? Yeah, I can now conceive it happening after seeing that picture. There's also this tweet floating around from 2016 where Trump, he says, how can Hillary satisfy America? She can't even satisfy her husband. Yeah, it's a real tweet. Look it up. Look it up. Now, yeah. Now, obviously, you see that, you're like, oh, this is one of those inflammatory things that Trump says. But after hearing this information, you see him saying it differently. Like, she can't even satisfy her husband. She can't even satisfy her husband like a real man. So, like, that's when you're like, oh, you know, maybe this did go down. Okay, but everybody's been hyper fixated on this narrative that Trump blew Bill Clinton. If this is true, how are the history books going to explain this? And that you're really going to have to use some euphemisms, you know. So I wrote a few. Okay. They could say that Trump he worked with the Democrats to create more jobs. That he went south of Little Rock, Arkansas. He learned how to play Bill's saxophone. He Lewinsky's boss. Just like Hillary's emails, he was a private server. He gave him the B.J. Clinton. He drained the swamp. He deep state throated him. He blew no matter who. He did it for Israel. He gave him the Iron Dome. And then when asked, Bill Clinton was like, I did not have sexual relations with that president. He did it once. I didn't inhale. Actually, I saw a video. I don't know if this is true. I don't know if this is real. But it was a video where a reporter asked Bill Clinton about this. Yeah. If it's real, oh my God, it's perfect. So, you know, Bill Clinton, he's getting older, all the nuts he's busted. He's so old. And the reporter goes, what do you have to say about these accusations that Trump gave you fellatio? And Bill leans in and he goes, I was like, oh, you did it, dude! He did it! After the internet went crazy for like 3 days, Mark Epstein had to put out a public statement clarifying, hey guys, we were not talking about Bill Clinton. Right? And that's all he said. Like he didn't say who it was. He said Bubba is referring to someone else who y'all don't know, basically. He was just like, you don't even know Bubba like we do. So now we have to figure out who the is Bubba. Okay, now just because Mark Epstein said it doesn't mean we believe it. Okay, Mark Epstein also said, I wasn't on the island. We're now trying to figure out who Bubba is, okay? We don't have a lot to work with because there's not a lot of Bubbas outside of Forrest Gump, you know? So allegedly, Ghislaine Maxwell owns a horse named Bubba. I did not confirm this. I did not confirm this. This is a rumor provided by the internet that Ghislaine Maxwell, famous sex trafficker and daughter of Robert Maxwell, has a horse named Bubba. Okay? And so there's people on the internet who are actually defending Trump putting this information out there. They're like, Trump did not blow Bill Clinton. That's disgusting. It was Ghislaine Maxwell's horse. Okay? Y'all can relax. It was just Ghislaine Maxwell's horse named Bubba. Yeah. Yeah. If for a moment you think that this is not possible, hold your horses, okay? Politicians are weird, man. Politicians are weird as okay? And to all the naysayers, okay? I'm just saying, the 2016 election was stallion. I know, this whole thing's gonna give me a nightmare, but either way, if it was Ghislaine Maxwell's horse, Mossad for sure. You know that horse is an Israeli spy, dude. You know that horse went up to Trump and was like, come here. How much do you love Israel? How much do you love Israel? Okay, this is the grossest part of the set. I'm forewarning you. You know I'm not normally a blue comic, but this is about the Democrats, so. I know we don't want to think about Trump giving fellatio, but you gotta admit, he's got big lips. Okay, listen. You've seen those lips. You've seen that duck face. I have the greatest lips.